welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is a Bat Châtillon 155-55. It's the Tier 9 French SPG. This one's located on the defending team of Karelia Assault, and it's under the command of Moose. Yes, he's at it again. 2 marks on the barrel of this one, working up to his third. And we're about to see the game start. Okay, 10 minutes to kill all the enemy tanks or protect our cap and stop it being taken. Well, he's got company, a Lorraine 155-51. The Bat Chât 155-55 was never built, but, well, they did build a prototype, a mock-up. Unfortunately, it never got accepted by the French army. Now, it's basically an M47 hull, or sort of, not quite, with a turret on top and a 155mm gun, and the turret can turn 360 degrees, which means that it doesn't really matter which direction the tank's facing, the shells can still go out to any other direction on the map. And he's got a fairly fast reload, 24.24 seconds, and the first enemy tanks to come into sight. He's dialing in. T26E4 Super Pershing. Rounds out. Now that sounded like a direct hit. And it says 35 hit points. I mean, it looked like the shell landed near him, but it was an impact sound, so we'll take it that it was an impact, but only 35 hit points. So it must have hit some solid armor. He's almost loaded. IS-32 rounds out, and oh god, he got 2 there. Or did he? I think he did critical damage to the Su-152 and hit the IS-32. So 239 hit points off that, but he stunned both of them. Okay, he's lining up the shot on the Su-152 next time. Works out where he's going to be and lands next to him for 143. Now, the important thing in this game is that you've only got a limited small area that you can fire from at the back of the map. And the idea is to actually keep moving about, but within a small area if you can, and avoid the enemy working out where you are. Rounds out in the ISU-152, lands next to him for 130. Again, it's relocating. There's the Lorraine. He's also firing downrange. That Super Hellcat looks a bit vulnerable, but instead... Oh, no, he's decided that he agrees with me. It is vulnerable. He's got very thin armor, that thing. If you land a shell near him, he's going to expire. And he does! 457, that's a penetrating round, no doubt about that. This RT will do 750 alpha and penetrates 48mm of armor. The Super Hellcat doesn't have that sort of protection, and so obviously that round was going to do a lot of damage, and it takes another gun out of the game. We're 1 tank up on the enemy. That IS-32 is going to have that T29, and he does, and we get a hit on the Object 257 for 411 from a direct hit. The 257's about to expire, but instead of firing at him, he's now changing and aiming towards the northeast corner of the map. The enemy's being held at bay. Our AE Phase 1 just took a big hit from the IS-32 though, and he's now being approached from a different direction by that Super Pershing. Rounds out, that's a bit too ahead of him, a bit too far forward. Unfortunately, we lost the AE Phase 2. So the next target... Well, actually, it was an AE Phase 1, not Phase 2. I think the next target's going to be Super Pershing when we see him next. I think that might be on the corner. Oh, there's an LTG managing to sneak up on us. But because of the rise of that hill, we can't really get a shot on him without going up the rise or getting near the top. And that makes us a little vulnerable, because if the LTG sees us, the enemy RT is going to go straight onto us. Now, the enemy team's got an M53 and an FB207. We know where the M53 is because he's actually in sight at the moment. There he is. Okay, Moose is lining up a shot. Dials in, rounds out, and... Oh, kill shot! Now that was a penetrating round for sure. 450 hit points. He's now up to 1,865 recorded, but there's probably a lot more. And we're 4 tanks up on the enemy, so they're not doing very well. Their attack in the south has been blunted. We're moving through the rear of their field, their spore point. And they found an M46 pattern. Okay, we're lining up a shot on him. He's trying to retreat. And he's being hit. That's the little range just fired at him. Rounds out and another near miss. Okay, there's an IS-33 making its way along the north route. Coming west. Oh, that was a heat round just exploded against the side of the IS-32's hull and against his turret. We're almost ready to shoot. It's getting closer. Rounds out. Went too long. He didn't aim far enough ahead, but the IS-32 is now dead and there's only 3 enemy tanks left. The LTG, the T-34-2G FT tank destroyer, and the FB-207. Well, we know where the T-34-2G FT is because he's about to get wiped out. The LTG, well, he managed to get high up onto that ledge, but he's not going to be around very much longer either. Rounds out. Splashed him for 166. He's been stunned. And there he goes. And that just leaves one remaining enemy, the FB-207. And this is where the speed of the Bat Châtillon 155-55 comes into its own. Because this little Arty is one of the faster ones in the game. Not the fastest, that's the Burt. But this little thing can move quite fast. It's about 65 kilometers an hour, and that means you can relocate very quickly. He must be in that corner, somewhere in that corner, and our team are moving in. Somewhere in the northeast corner is that FB-207. Now, if Moose can kill him, he'll get a counter battery because he's already killed the M53, M55, and he just needs that one more kill. And he's got a medal. I think, yes, he must be in that corner by now. Just waiting for the first sighting of him. He's probably going to get multiple hits from other enemies. There he is. Rounds out. Oh, yes, he got it. The AMX CDA hit him with a round that took most of his hit points away, but Moose was very quick on the draw there. And his splash kills the FB-207 and earns him a medal in the process. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, first class tanker for Moose in the Bat Châtillon 155-55. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 19 in this one. He got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else in his team, despite the fact that he actually killed 3 of the enemy himself as well. And of course he got that counter battery fire medal for actually taking out both of the enemy Arty in this battle. All of the enemy Arty in this battle. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, didn't get the highest damage in the game. Unfortunately, that went to the IS-32 on his team with 2,753. But he did get the second highest damage in the game with 2,117. And the third highest damage actually went to the AE Phase 1, who unfortunately he was unable to save because he was being attacked by 2 tanks at once. 1,845 hit points to him. When it came to kills, it was Moose who did the best, actually. He shared the top spot with the AMX CDA. If the CDA managed to get another shot out, he would have had the top spot. But as it was, they shared the spot, and of course Moose got his counter battery. And when it came to base XP, it was Moose again. Yes, so technically he's got the top in 2 of the columns. 925 to experience points to Moose, 899 goes to the IS-32, and 854 goes to the T-20. He fired 12 rounds, got 5 direct hits, 2 penetrations, both of the Arty he penetrated, at least I think he did, or no, actually he penetrated the Super Hellcat and the M53, M55, just get that right. Yes, the M53, 55, and yes, it was the Super Hellcat, yep, because they got the high rolls on the kills. 11 splashes on the enemy, 2,117 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 3, and that's why he got the Confederate. 1,579 hit points of stun assist off 10 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 24,719 credits, and after resupply of ammunition took away 23,639 credits. He received 925 XP, got ×2 for the first victory, 694 from personal reserves, and 694 from personal missions payouts, so he took away 4,164 experience points altogether. But another good game in the Bat Chat 155-55. A pity it wasn't an ace tanker on this occasion, but then again, it was an assault battle. Assault battles are that much more difficult because they are that much faster. You have to do all the damage in a much quicker, shorter period of time. So it sort of forces your own team and the enemy team to work that much harder to do the damage, and therefore it was much more difficult for Moose to actually score enough damage to actually get the ace. Plus, on top of that, it was actually a tier 9 game, and of course that meant that he couldn't earn extra XP for hitting higher tier opponents in this game. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please, and thank you for watching.